Yes, people, right now we have live and direct. Okay, we have the sounds of No Maddz. How you doing?
Doing well, doing well.
The famous sound there.
So how's everything?
Yes, it's all good, it's all good. So, you're locked in right here, right now. People are locking in. Who are the No Maddz? Let the listeners out there know.
Who are the No Maddz?
Yeah, tell us.
Well, original No Maddz are travelers, you know, they move from place to place, you know what I mean?
Okay.
And the original man is a nomad because, take for instance, how you find out how your taste buds work. You have to be very nomadic, you know, so you can differentiate between pepper and salt and all these things.
Yeah.
So you have to taste what is poisonous from what is not. So it's a general idea of being a person who embodies life totally, who lives, you know what I mean, and travels and meet people and greet people. So that is the concept of the Nomads, what the original Nomads is.
Okay.
But for the band, the Nomads is myself, Sheppy, the Dan Shepherd, and Evie, Everaldo.
Yeah.
I am Pukopo. Those are we are the Nomads, you know what I mean?
Yes. So, for those who are listening for the very first time, how would you describe your sound and your ideas? How would you describe yourselves?
Well, you want to say, based on the parental material or the roots where I come from in high school, we used to practice, still do,
Yeah.
the art form called dub poetry.
Yeah.
Don't know if you know dub poetry. Dub poets like Mutable,
Yeah.
Aquanura, so, and even Louis Bennett. So we all grow from that, you know, and over the years we get more musical, implement other genres, and they keep asking us what type of music we do, because apparently it seems very original, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It can't be placed in a box
Yeah.
or any category that is there already. So I guess it's just nomadic.
Yeah.
No, just nomad music we do. You know? Maybe
Yeah.
over time they will just say it's a genre. But right now we just do and express, you know?
Yeah. Because it's a fusion of different styles, I've noticed.
Yeah. Different styles, just different
Experiences.
experiences,
You know what I mean? The journey.
personalities, and it's just everything. Just
Yeah.
everything different.
Because even though...
But
Sorry, carry on.
no, but I say that you get when you be original.
Yeah.
The great Bob Marley said to do roots music you have to be original.
Okay.
So I really think that we are preserved with the creativity.
Yeah. Because I was just going to say that even though you have a fusion of different styles, I've noticed that your music always seems to come from the roots kind of style as well. It always has a root feel to it.
Yeah, very true. It's like them tend to say we're like folk pop.
Okay.
But it's because, I mean, Jamaican musical culture is very rich. You know, you have music like ska, mental,
Yeah.
you know, so many, you know, reggae take over the world. So it's like Jamaica is a place where the musical machine is just on a different level.
Okay.
But over the years, you know, that might have been not so, you know.
Yeah.
And we kind of represent that mood and feel of like maybe the golden era of the 70s, you know, when you had so many different artists, different sounds, you know, Wailers, you know, Black Uru, you know, it was all a different sounds,
Yeah.
Kat-a-lyst, the sounds, everybody was just, you know, Toots and the Maytals,
Yeah.
Jimmy Cliff, you know, Burning Spear. Those are some songs that, you know, you could arguably say it's a genre in its own self, because Burning Spear reggae is different from Bob Marley's reggae.
Yeah.
And different from Okuono's reggae. So it's that kind of Jamaican musical expression.
Yeah.
That old school vibe towards creativity is what we really we learn and love about the roots and where it's coming from, and that we just try and implement it as we go along. Because I myself play the greater in the band,
Okay.
and there is no modern day artist right now from Jamaica who's playing the greater. It's more like the guitar than more play.
Yeah.
But the greater is from mental music. The mental music gave birth to calypso, soca, and all type of vibes. So, you know, Jolly Boys recently passed as a band doing mental music, and they were like over 70 years old.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and the music, they was so witty and raunchy and even family at the same time.
Yeah.
So we kind of like them kind of expression there, you know.
Yeah.
Kids do that hear it, but they don't really understand what going on. Adults know what going on. It's just very witty with the poetry and the delivery. But we just have to do the thing and I try to remember the roots as much as possible.
Yeah. So, what is it, or how did you guys decide or come about doing dub? Because it's a very unique, I would say it's very unique, but what are you saying? How did you guys come about and how did you guys get into it? What happened, or did you hear something?
We started from, we met each other years ago, you know, when we were attending high school. We met each other from 1996.
Okay. Wow.
So, yeah, that is, so we met each other in 1996 in high school, Kingston College, in Jamaica.
Yeah.
So, in Jamaica, you have a annual thing called the Jamaica Cultural Development Commission Festivals of the Performing Arts.
Yeah.
And so the schools in Jamaica would compete in this this festival of the performing arts, all the parishes and all the schools.
Yeah.
So we used to compete in areas like dub poetry, Jamaican dialect poems, prose, sonnets, psalms, and Shakespeare, music, culinary arts, plays, everything you name it, performing arts and the culinary. So we used to present this thing, and our teacher at the time in high school used to encourage us. And then one year, the festival introduced a new category called the dub poetry choral speaking group. It's a dub poetry ensemble.
Okay.
So now we were not going to only be solo performers in the festivals, but we were going to be group performers.
Yeah. So
we created a group and took it to the festivals. This is the year 2000.
Okay.
And then we did some monumental things in the festival as young men, young boys, you know, perfect in the craft, perfect in the art, won many awards, we create records and all them kind of stuff there. So we were having fun doing it, you know.
Okay.
So dub poetry is very, very, it's kind of like the underground musical genre, one of the underground music genres in Jamaica, where it doesn't really get highlighted in the mainstream from back then. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when you were doing it, it was done more on the festival, community and school and family level.
Okay.
So more like heritage, more like something that, you know, everyone in the country can pull together and do, like pantomime or John Kunu, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So these elements now, we were practicing dub poetry. My father is a dub poet as well.
Okay.
So it was, and he went up in those ranks as well in the festivals. So it's a thing that everyone know on the ground. Everybody know about the festivals. All the schools know about it.
Yeah.
So dub poetry is very, very, very popular among the ground, among the people, among the youths. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but it's just never really, and it has gotten exposure. Linton Kwesi Johnson, Louise Bennett, DYCR as well did some works with it. Mutabaruka, Oko, Yasos, a lot of other poets did work with it as well. But to the level of, say, well, like a Bob Marley, then you know what I mean? Because in my opinion, Bob Marley was also doing dub poetry.
Yes.
Because is dub poetry, the definition of dub poetry, you know, is words and music, but not only words and music, but words emphasize and to its own music. It comes with its own music, so it's not like a dub poet is writing to a rhythm. A dub poet is writing to a musical orchestra that is going on in his or her head.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that is how it comes to a dub poet. You know.
For real. So who inspires both of you?
Each other.
That's good.
Children, parents.
That's good.
That's so narcissistic.
It's a easy and a truthful thing where the question is concerned, because we're all products of everything that we encounter and everything that we value and even the things that we don't value. We're all products of it. See? Yeah. So then now I know this money from 1996. It must influence me in somehow. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Wow.
And we are fathers as well. We have a son apiece.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and our little boys are amazing, and I'm sure his son inspire him and influence him, because my son inspired me and influenced me all the time.
Yeah.
In terms of musically now, out there, like a regular artist or an artist or somebody iconic that influence our musical taste, then, so to speak. My father, Keith Shepard, influenced my dub poetry taste. Louise Bennett influenced my Jamaican culture and poetry and poems taste. Yeah. I have Tracy Chapman, I love her texture, it is so real. Obviously, I don't even have to mention the great Robert Nesta Marley, because we all as Jamaicans, it's like we have to study Marley's and his children, Junior Gang, Ziggy, Stephen, was like, because it was set there for us to see, you know what I mean? They did it. They have done it, and they are doing it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So Morgan Heritage is also a family. I like the families in the music. I like the family energy that they bring forward.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Internationally, there are many international acts that we grew up on. In Jamaica, they used to play Celine Dion all the time on the radio.
Okay.
You know what I mean? They used to play Kenny Rogers. So what I'm saying is, in essence, you cannot be inspired by something that you've never encountered.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So our inspiration is really everything that we allow passage. You know what I mean?
For real. Definitely.
Yeah, man.
So you guys have won, like you said before, different awards. Award from the Prime Minister of JA. How did that come about?
How did that come?
Yeah, you want to say is them call it the highest award a youth can get in the country.
Okay.
That came about when it's just people have to say you do some work and enter this thing and them shortlist you and then do an interview and ask you what your profession or era of career, how it's going to contribute to the positive development of the community of Jamaica. So I guess, we kind of qualify for our contribution to the system.
Okay.
In a positive way.
Yeah.
And this happened in like 2005. I won for cultural arts and culture, and then in 2006, Shell and Shepherd one is for the same category.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
So then after that, or could have been before that, you did the Trod Live concert.
Well, yeah, the Trod Live concert was after that.
Okay.
Trod Live concert.
So
yeah, that was. Go ahead.
I was going to say, tell us about that. Tell the listeners a little something about that.
okay, the trad life concept.
Yeah.
If it not live, it dead.
Yeah.
So the idea, this started from like 2006.
Okay.
No, yeah, about there, about 2006. Before actually, but it also embodies a place called Jamnesia. You know what I mean? So this was the idea where we put a band together, we locked down, we did some rehearsals, we prepared the songs, and we were only recording live
Okay.
take, like in one take. So that was kind of, it was like a 8-piece band sometimes, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we were recording at Tough Gang live. And what we did was we were playing across Kingston. We were touring Kingston. It was funny, but can you imagine playing cafes next door to each other on the same weekend, or maybe a weekend after, and still cramming out both cafes, you know what I mean?
Wow.
You're talking like a couple of hundred people, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that was fun around those times, and no one in Jamaica was really doing that within that time. So we were out there with musicians, going around hosting our own concerts. The Trad Live was annual on December 26th at the Bob Marley Museum every year. So we were developing at that time a following, you know.
Yeah.
That time Facebook never ever come out yet.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So just imagine where Facebook was out, but it wasn't popular. You know, so just imagine the kind of energies what we're talking about. So we had to print flyers, walk around, put them on the cars, you know, just do everything to get the word out about the track, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the idea, we recorded 22 tracks live at Tough Gun and recorded the album, the Trad Live, from them time there, you know, and that one right now kind of archive, you can't really find it. You can find stuff about it online and stuff, but we're not printing that anymore. That one, yeah, man. But we remade the Trad, the song, the Trad, and we added it to this album. The one it's like the one with Walsh.
Okay.
The new album called Heaven on Earth.
Yeah.
So we remade the Trad concept song and added it to that album to show that the Trad continues. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Never died.
Never ever.
Yeah. So you've also featured, if I'm correctly, in the film Better Must Come.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, you are correct.
So how does that come about?
Evie invited me to an audition.
Okay.
That's the thing. This is Sheppy speaking, and Evie invited me to an audition. Evie met Storm Salter when he was doing a play, because we do plays as well, stage plays. And Evie met Storm Salter while he was doing Jamaica to Rotted, a play written by Aston Cook, the late Aston Cook.
Yeah. And
Evie got a call to come to Storm casted Evie for the film, but he wasn't sure which role he wanted Evie to play. So then Evie came and knocked on my door and invited me to come to an audition, and I'm never in the mood to go to the audition, because that time for the past couple of years I wasn't having much luck with auditions, so I decided to stick them out, you know. I was going too many and not nailing the gigs, you know what I mean, as an actor.
Yeah.
So I just decided to give it a break, but Evie said, "No man, come man, it's serious." I'm just alright, I'm reach at the audition, and I arrived there. Eventually the Paul Butler, the producer, saw me and asked me who I was there with. I tell him I was there with Evie, invited me, and him give me a little thing to do, and I do it, and then me and Evie get the 2 lead roles in the film. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so you were meant to be
just
there.
like that, you know. So I was meant to be there, you know what I mean? And it was beautiful. We're talking about 2006.
Yeah.
We made the trailer 2006. We shot the film 2008. Released the film 2010, and I won an award at the America Black Film Festival in 2012.
Okay, so it's a big process then.
Yeah, man. That's why, you know, a lot of people don't understand the process of filmmaking, especially independent filmmaking. Yeah. It is really a tough thing. So hats off to the independent directors and writers and actors and all of these people out there, who stick into it, we know how it really is,
For real. So you guys have been performing on some really big festivals like Rebel Salute, Reggae Sunfest, and there's so many more. Do you ever get nervous?
You will get nervous, Evan. Let me answer that one, because
Okay.
I'm ever nervous,
Okay.
I'm ever nervous until the light hit me, yeah. Because anytime I don't get nervous, it means it don't excite me anymore.
Yeah.
But it's not a nervous like, oh my God, vomiting and all them stuff. It's really the sense of I'm about to go out there in front of people who I don't know, but they will be singing my songs. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's like it's kind of like a shy thing, but once you get out there and that light hits you and you step on the stage and you say hello, people, and them say hello, oh gosh, man, everything gone.
Okay. So for the young listeners out there who are locked in now, what kind of advice would you give them as performers, artists, etc.? What would you say to them?
Give me advice to the listeners who are also artists.
Yeah,
performers?
that are coming up. Young artists that are coming up now. What kind of advice would you give them?
Well, I don't know.
Yeah.
Tell you what. Stick to itiveness. Make sure that you're doing it for the passion of that natural love for the craft you're practicing.
Yeah.
And make sure you protect that. And then just make every effort to learn the business of whatever field you're in, and just be patient and balance that with some forward thinking and assertion,
Okay.
and just build a network and just take it step by step, trial and error,
Yeah.
learn from your process, improve the process
Yeah.
all the time. Think about the method,
For real. So you do know how to answer
own
it.
your craft, practice it.
You did know how to answer it.
Yes, I didn't know. I imagine myself on the process, and I say, well, basically, them kind of thing that we have to do, or personally do, you just have to be excited about it, That's why even nowadays, when we see like some new profession in Jamaica, I really get a presence of reverence, of being a legitimate career choice, like for instance, dancing or a certain type of dancing.
Yeah.
I kind of admire that, because I remember though poetry wasn't even like a profession to be considered,
Okay.
There was a time when it wasn't what your parents would be happy about.
Yeah.
That you decided to do it the rest of your life. Likewise, acting as well, especially in Jamaica,
Okay.
Because our film industry is just blossoming,
Okay.
There's so much more to it. So, yeah, so it's like, on a bigger picture too, as an artist, think about your contribution to the entertainment space, to the industry itself. What kind of motivation you're going to leave through your craft for the next person, because we're not going to always be here to speak live, So the next generation is going to watch our movies, hear our songs, and be inspired thereof. So if it was a good contribution, then we'll have some positive fruits out coming forward. So,
For real.
I mean, because as a creative person, you kind of have a responsibility, because you're really dabbling with kind of a metaphysical atmosphere that the regular person will really dabble with. So it's almost like you're going to heaven and coming back with some awesome things.
Yeah.
For
real, yeah.
And then, we're like a mediator and a translator between the two worlds,
Definitely.
which some people they kind of find it hard to dwell in that space, you know. So we're there to just be that emotional therapy, spiritual therapy, physical, everything.
Yeah.
So it's more than just making the dough.
Yeah. For real. So tell us.
You know.
Yeah, man, for real, definitely. Tell us about the album then, the new album, Heaven on Earth. Tell us something, how it come about, why now?
Okay. Heaven on Earth, Hope. Is a piece that was written a few years ago.
Okay.
The concept of heaven on earth, is not a new concept by any means, and it is really the idea of living in the now and in the present.
Yeah.
But the project in itself, that's the title track of the project. But the project in itself, it speaks on repairing the damage that was done. Whatever damage whatever damage was done,
yeah,
we're looking at reparatory justice. So we're looking to repair that. So the energy of the album now, it has that feel of the phoenix rising from the ashes, so to speak. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's very poetic and it is very visual when you listen to it.
Yeah.
You can actually envision you can watch a song like a film. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When you listen to it.
Right.
So it was, and that process that was deliberate because we went to G Jams to record after we spoke with. So we spoke with Walshy about a project, and we sent him some tracks, and he loved them.
Yeah.
And afterwards we took the project to G Jam to re-record some of the stuff and add some new stuff. And we were there in G Jam with Mountain Lion Music. Troy Baker was there as well. Yakub Grant was there, and we spent like 5 nights or 4 nights it was, and we recorded like 15 songs. We never slept. We just went all throughout because we kind of knew what we were gonna do there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
For real.
So we went into the studio, knocked them out, rehearsed them and knocked them out, and then sent them off to the wizard. That's Barry Salmon's daughter. She's really amazing. So she did she mixed the project as well as she did some writing for the project as well, musically.
Yeah.
So that was beautiful, and we give thanks for her contribution. And then we had it mastered at a brethren named Ariel Sound, Alan Silverman, you know.
Okay.
And he masters film projects, so he knew exactly what he was doing when he touched it, you know.
Yeah.
So and most of this thing came to us based on the energies and the relationships that we've maintained over the years, you know what I mean?
Okay.
So it was a family project, so to speak. It was very fun making it, as well as it was nerve wracking as well, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that was good though. Great project. It's out, it's available everywhere music is sold. Big up everybody who worked on it. Idris Elba is on it as well.
Okay.
Yeah, so Idris, we did a collab with Shadow Boxer and Idris Elba. We did a collab with Kumar. You know Kumar, formerly of the group Region Fire. Yeah, man. Okay. Amazing vocals. And we did a collab with him. We also did a collab with Atiba. Okay. Atiba on Babylon Paper. Oh, man. How many collabs we did? Oh, man. 5 or 6 collabs. It was beautiful. We have two artists that we need to look out for and hear about. They're on it as well. You know, Kenzik and Valente, those two young men who doing the music, doing it right. They're featured on the album as well. We give them some space on it to express themselves a little, you know.
Yeah.
But it was beautiful, man. It is beautiful.
Yes.
You know,
nice
so dream it, watch it, get it.
Definitely. So, for the listeners out there, would you guys be up for doing a little something live now?
We're always up for doing a little something live, I see. Okay. I see every day, so right now I feel your face. That's a good thing about these interviews, you know, when you're at home and you're not on TV, you can eat food, You can burn a spliff. Well, you can burn a spliff on TV too, but you know.
Okay.
These days.
I come to change the mood.
What is? What is this? What is? Protest.
I ask what is.
Unrest.
I ask what is.
And one more time.
One more time.
Another system
Another system
is put to the test. Keeps sweat clean and smooth leather shine. Old toothbrush make clocks look crisp. Not even clocks have a clocks like mine. One of a kind, exclusive. Yeah man, DJ Kat.
Yeah man.
Definitely. So, we're coming to the last little minutes of the interview. But what would you guys like people who are first listening into yourselves? What would you like them to know about yourselves? And sort of like the final little words before we finish.
People who are listening to us who are getting to know the No Maddz for the first time. You know, what I want them to know about No Maddz. To be honest, you know, it's like you have to see No Maddz to know No Maddz.
Okay.
So you have to come out whenever you hear No Maddz playing anywhere live. Do come out and do come backstage as well, and do come take your pictures too and thing, and do share.
Yeah.
And also for the ones who are living in this life, you know what I mean? Just remember this. I learned something the other day and it was so profound, and I figure I would share it.
Yeah.
Remember, when you go fishing, remember it is called fishing, not catching.
Okay.
Alright?
Yes.
Cool.
For real.
Yeah. I'm on every that's now.
Yeah.
Is just please move over to the social media. The website is www.thenomads.com.
Okay.
The Instagram is the Nomads, THENOMADDZ. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And just here we know we have our own favorite DJs and places to go to listen to music. You know, request it, find it, search for it, because that's the only way we'll get played still. Because you know.
Yeah, man.
We're not so favorable with the airplay thing.
Yeah, you know, so we don't get a lot of airplays in our country.
Okay.
But we get that. We are staples in the radio and in the TV, though.
Wow.
But play the songs on the album.
Yeah.
Tell them to just play it and listen to it and get a vibe, you know.
For real.
All the time.
Definitely.
All the time.
You've got that beat in my head. So yeah. For real. So you know what? I just want to say thank you for taking the time, and I really appreciate it, and I hope we can meet face to face one day.
I mean, big up yourself, DJ Kat, not
Anytime.
DJ Rat, every other DJ sat while you're up on top.
Yeah.
Okay then, we'll speak again soon, yeah?
Yeah, man. Love and respect.
Every time. Speak again. Bye-bye.